I'm Doris Shivers, and I'm a grant specialist with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, and I've been in my current role for the past 15 years. I didn't start in the grants profession. I worked many moons ago in federal government, and I worked in public works department, and they work with contracts. And it was just so interesting. I was in the accounts payable section, but interesting to see how the contracts were coming in through the government and how we were paying for their goods and services. And then they also started getting some grants, and we were paying through that. So I thought that was a very interesting way just to see how the government did contracts and also, started doing grants. So that's why I kind of fell into it, just wanting to be, it piqued my interest and just got curious saying, okay, what is this about grants and what is this about contracts? And so that's what piqued my interest in it. Oh, wow. It was in public works. It's been in the early 90s. I started, I know I don't look, that old, but
Day over 22.
Yeah, they over 22. But yeah, that's when I started, and that piqued my interest into grants. And then from there, I worked in higher ed, and I was in grants and contracts. Worked for a particular grant, which is for HBCU. So I was assistant director there. So just started that grant track and been on it ever since. I previously worked in higher education, so wanted to dive just a little bit deeper in the K-12 education. At that particular time, my daughter was in K-12, so I wanted to be more closely aligned to the school district. We had just moved to here in Charlotte, North Carolina, so just wanted to be more immersed into the school district and all that, the opportunities that were being offered to the students, and also being that I was in the grants profession, just seeing how grants could play a major role for educating and enhancing the students' academic performance. I enjoy meeting people. I'm in a school district that has over 170 schools, over 100, well, 170 schools, over 170 schools, and over 44 departments. So there's never a dull day in my current role. I get to meet interesting staff, interesting staff members at the school, and just seeing their faces, even with $100 grant, they get so excited, and also seeing the impact that it has on the students. So a lot of the grants are for schools, and some of them are for departments, but the ones that are for schools are just so rewarding because they get so excited that they wrote the grant, were funded the grant, and the students are, gaining some type of either academic, and even some of them are physical education grants, which are great. The kids are outdoors. One was really neat. I thought one year a school did a grant for outdoor, I don't know what you call it. They look like mini mushrooms, but
Okay.
outdoor covering so that the kids wouldn't get sunburn, and a dermatologist came and talked with them about, sun health and not being in the sun and putting on suntan lotion. So, and they were so excited. They were running underneath, all of the, I don't know what you call them. I just call them sunshades, but they remind me of like huge mushrooms. But that was a very exciting one. I mean, I've had so many stories. Again, I've been here 15 years, so I could go on and on about, different grants that were funded and the excitement from them. That I guess I'm a multitasker. We do everything from helping you find the grants, writing the grants, managing the grants, doing grant reporting, any type of grant management. If you having trouble with a vendor, we can kind of help you saying, okay, let's make sure you're getting the right equipment, you're getting everything that your grant is supplying you with. So just being multifaceted, just being from the beginning to the end and being able to provide that support, again, because I have the history behind it. So I'm able to provide that support. For the grant specialist position, it requires you to have a bachelor's degree and then 5 years of experience. But for my own professional growth, I am a certified grant specialist and a certified grant writer. And through the district, we were able to take a Six Sigma Yellow Belt course. So I am seeking other certifications and always trying to stay abreast on all the, the grants to be able to enhance my professional career. I have taken so many trainings, Barb. That's a great question. When I first began here in the school district, the director here was very kind. I was able to go to a community college, and through that, I took grammar courses, some editing courses. In my previous background, I was a grants compliance officer for higher ed. So I took all the OMB courses. I was in on the grants.gov when it first started, so had a wealth of training. But I stay abreast, of course, with the GPA webinars and any other grant related webinars that are pertinent to my job. Some days I'm on 2 or 3 webinars a day just to stay abreast, especially with COVID, just the climate of the government. So I'm always staying abreast and trying to make sure that I'm, participating in trainings and webinars and workshops. Probably informal, and that's probably all of the directors that I've had in the past. I'm currently in several organizations where I mentor other novice grant writers. But yeah, I think a wealth of people have really shaped my career. But I am a go-getter, so I just try to go after certifications and trainings just to stay abreast and just be knowledgeable in the area of grants profession. Probably my degree in business administration and my minor in accounting. Have always worked in the accounts payable field or something dealing with numbers. And I think that's an added plus when you're working with grants. So just, being great with numbers, just always trying to, better myself doing trainings and certifications and webinars and et cetera. But yeah, just staying abreast. I would say definitely pursue your dream. If you have a dream of becoming a grant writer, grant specialist, grant professional, pursue your dream and look for someone who can be your mentor. Look for someone who can share their best practices, some things that went well with them, some things that didn't, some roads to go down, some roads not to go down. So just look for that particular person or a group of people. Again, Grant Professionals Association is a great organization that you can tap into that that's where the grant people meet, so you would definitely meet someone here to help you further your career or just talk with you about what you plan to do, because I mean that may not be your dream. After you hear some of the hopefully you'll find a good mentor that can give you some great stories, but just pursue your dream and just continue to reach out to someone who would definitely be able to mentor you and to shape you into the profession that you want to be in.